Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you are back here. So I'm actually filming this the day after the vlog that you're about to watch. So as the title says, this is a day in the life vlog, taking you along with me in just a typical work day for me, working for myself, working within my business. It's probably not the most exciting day in the life vlog, but it's super raw and behind the scenes. And I know I did a poll on my Instagram the other day and a lot of you said that you wanted to see more of this. So here you go. But as I wrapped the vlog up yesterday, I realized that there was something that I wanted to just throw in to the vlog for you. So I'm just going to chuck this in at the start. So a little ad break before you get going in the vlog. I remember so clearly when I was working full-time in corporate, dreaming and literally manifesting a day exactly like the vlog that you're about to watch, of just getting up and being able to have a morning routine that I can take my time with, being able to go and meet someone for coffee and go and have that at a cafe and just sit and enjoy it and not be like watching the clock constantly, and then coming home and working a job in an area that I am so passionate about, completely on my own schedule. Honestly, I used to sit and dream about it and now I'm living it. And so I wanted to get on here and just remind you that whatever dreams or goals are sitting on your heart, they're there for a reason. And honestly, just continue to believe that that can be your reality. Journal on it, manifest it, like do what you need to do to call in that vision. But I just wanted to remind you that it's sitting there for a reason and you are so capable of absolutely making that in your reality and living a life just as you desire. I am living proof that it does work. Whatever hard work you're putting in, it will pay off, I promise. So stay with it. And if you don't even know what a dream life would look like for you, like if you're just so caught up in the hamster wheel of going to the job, coming home, doing your normal routine, that you've never actually stopped to think if the place you're in now is where you really want to be, then I encourage you to ask yourself those questions. You know, ask yourself, like, what does a perfect midweek day look like for you, and how would you love to start your day? And you know, do you want to be able to go and have coffee at the cafe, or you know, what kind of work do you want to be doing? Like, ask yourself these questions, because I know too often we get caught on the hamster wheel going through life on autopilot that often we don't even stop and realize what we really do want. But as soon as you do realize what you want, work so hard to make that part of your reality and just know that you are so capable. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say in there. I hope you enjoy the vlog. Yeah, as I said, probably not the most interesting day in the life, but it's super real and yeah, you get a glimpse. Without further ado, I will let you get into the vlog. Good morning. I'm just heading out now to go grab a coffee with Izzy. We're going to go to our favourite little cafe in Mermaid called Little Mermaid. Yeah, just going to have a quick catch up with her. Then today is like a work day for me, so I thought I'd take you guys along with me for like a little day in the life of, yeah, I guess what my life looks like, working for myself and doing my own thing. No day is really ever the same, so I wouldn't really say it's a typical day because they do change so much. But yeah, today is, okay, so my camera just flung off, it's not set up for vlogging. But yeah, as I was saying, I got up and did my morning routine, journaled and meditated, had a cup of tea, made the bed, had a shower, and yeah, now I'm just on my way into the cafe now. She's got a call at 9, so it's just going to be a really quick one this morning, and then I'm going to go home. My plan for today is obviously vlogging this. I also want to, I guess it's kind of an exciting day for you to be coming along with me. I am going to be recording my first episode of the podcast today, so I'm going to be doing that. I want to sit down and do my goals for the month, obviously being the start of October. I always like to sit down at the start of the month and set myself some goals, figure out kind of stepping stones to get there. I'm doing a mentorship with Kimberly Wenya, which is a 12-week mentorship. It's called the Abundance Club, and so we've just got a few journal prompts in there around our goal setting and actually setting like a big financial goal that we want to achieve this month, and then figuring out our little stepping stones along the way in terms of financial goals. I always think I go too far to get to this cafe. I haven't, no. I'm going to go to the gym this afternoon with Bart. He'll finish work at like 4, so we'll go to the 5:15 gym. I'll take you guys along with me, and I always like to be nosy and get a glimpse into other people's lives, so that's why I thought I'd bring you along with me today. I think I've come too far for this cafe. Oh no, it's the next one. Alright, anyways, I will talk to you soon. Coffee. So I'm just going to make some breakfast now. I'm just going to have a smoothie, and then I'm going to sit down and do some work. So, like a little bit of a side note, mornings like this is like an ideal morning for me, like just getting up, doing my morning routine, meeting Izzy or like someone for coffee, coming home, having my smoothie, and then getting into my day. I remember when I was working like full-time in corporate, where it was like get up really early, rush through my workout, rush to get to work, and like my morning was just taken over by the clock, and I couldn't just have a morning where I could just go out for coffee and, get back into bed and do my morning routine. So yeah, this is like an ideal morning for me, just being able to do all of that. Yeah, feeling very grateful that it is a part of my life now. I really always encourage people to find a morning that you do love and that is about you and putting yourself first. And even if it is for half an hour in the morning, like just sets you up for the best day. I'm gonna make my smoothie. I was going to go in the office and work, but it is a really nice day, so maybe I'll go sit up outside. I want to start, usually I'll do like my social media strategy and like my emails and stuff like once a week, like sit down on a Monday and whatever and figure all of that out. But, I need my banana. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to start doing it on a monthly basis, like just sit down today and do like bulk emails and bulk captions and just like get everything set up for the month, because it is quite time consuming sitting there like drafting captions each week and like coming up with emails. I love doing it, but like it obviously takes time. And I'm finding that like if I'm, like some days I'm like really wordy, like I can just sit and like type things and it all comes with ease and flow, and then other mornings I'm just sitting there staring at the computer with like nothing coming to me. So what I'm going to start doing is hopefully, by doing them at the start of the month, I can just sit and do like a big batch when I'm in the flow and everything's just like coming easily, and then it's just obviously done for the month. I also have on my website where you can go and sign up for affirmations that get sent to you every Monday, and that's another thing that I would usually do either on the Sunday or the Monday morning, is draft the affirmations to then text out to everyone who's signed up for that. And I'll make that part of like my monthly strategy and sit down today and incorporate like obviously the next 4 Mondays, so that way it's all set up and done. Okay, what am I doing? Do I put my cheese seeds in? Yeah. Yum. Okay, step into my office. So, the temporary office anyway. Just here. So, let me just set you guys up. There we go. So yeah, this is like our little temporary office. It's actually like the rumpus room, but this is where I'm working. So I'm just gonna sit down. What I like to do, regardless of what I've got on today, I always like to sit down and do a to-do list, just to brain dump everything and get it off my mind, give myself some order for my day. I like to do my to-do list in a diary. That way I can go back if I'm doing like a reflection, you know, like what did I do that month? If I've had a big month in business or like it's been a super productive month, it's good to kind of go back and go, okay, well, what did I actually do? And usually I'll find that the months that I am super productive, It's kind of like blurry. The months that I am super productive are usually the months where I will be super organized when it comes to doing my to-do list and actually writing things out and ticking things off and putting time limits on tasks so that I'm not sitting there all day doing one particular task. As I said today, wait, what's the date today? The 6th. The 6th, it's almost Christmas. Yeah, so I'm a weirdo. I always put boxes so I can tick them off. Definitely do that. Like, if you are doing to-do lists, like definitely go through and tick them off and be proud of however much you've done that day and like feel accomplished no matter what you've done. If you're constantly in the state where you just feel like you haven't done enough, you're not going to see the results because you're constantly in the state where you're not doing enough. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is draft Insta captions. So I like to draft my captions. I try and find photos that I can put. It just makes it so much easier when I'm sitting down actually posting on Instagram if my caption and photo is all good and ready to go. The next thing I'm going to do is draft emails to my mailing list. I send out an email to my subscribers every Monday. Affirmations. It's just to remind you how worthy you are of your goals, reminding you of what you're working towards, and just like a little bit of inspo to start your week off. And yeah, I just text them to you so you can go and sign up to that. I'm going to then sit down and actually do my goal and strategy for this month. So when it comes to my month, I like to split it up into weeks. So I'll obviously set myself a monthly goal of what I want to achieve by the end of the month, but then I like to split it up into 4 weekly chunks. It just makes sometimes quite big goals seem more achievable if I'm breaking it down. As I said, I'm in this 12-week mentorship at the moment and we're focusing on a financial goal this month. So I'm going to sit down and figure out what my financial goal is. I'm going to do that by figuring out, so I had a chat to my mentor about this and I've always struggled when it comes to figuring out a financial goal. The figure to put to something, I often will put a figure down and I just feel really disconnected to it and that it just feels like a number that is not achievable. And so what she recommended was breaking that down into what you want to spend that money on. And figuring out a financial goal of how much I want in my daily expenses account, how much I want in my high vibe account, which is like my coffees, going for wines, going out for drinks and dinners, how much I want in my my savings, my abundance account, and then working backwards from that. Yeah, figuring out how I want to spend the money. And she just recommended that would be a much better way to feel connected to the financial goal that I have at the end if I already know how I want to spend it. So yeah, that's a little tip if you want to try that. If you want to set yourself a financial goal and it just feels really big and scary and you just feel really disconnected from it, in a perfect week, how many dinners would you like to go for? How many coffees would you like to go for? Do you want to invest in personal development? Like figuring out how much all that would cost, and then you're going to come to a figure that would match your dream life. And then that's when that's how you'll know what your financial goal could be. Okay, so once I have my to-do list for the day with my little tick boxes, I then open up my Google Calendar and go through and input everything in. I have my phone set up to this same one. So it just means that I can then access whatever I have planned either on my computer, laptop, or my phone. I love Google Calendar because you can color code things. So yeah, I just have like a different color for reminders, for events, for work related things. I essentially would just sit down now, obviously do today's in here, but then once I've got my goal and strategy for the whole month, I go through and input it into Google Calendar. It just makes me feel like I'm all set up for the month and takes away the thinking. So by transferring my goals from my notebook into an actual schedule, it kind of puts me on track. And when I open my calendar each week, I know what I've got planned for that week. Let me spin you around. I'm much more of a digital person when it comes to scheduling. I used to put everything in a physical diary. Now I mainly just use this, as I said, for like my to-do list and then transfer everything onto Google Calendar. That way I can access it from my phone, laptop, or the computer. Okay, I'm actually gonna go and quickly get a coffee because productivity hack for you, always makes me have a really productive day and stay on track, is tapping into your 5 senses. So taste, so either having like a coffee to sip on or a fizz stick or a sparkling water. I've discovered these matcha sparkling teas, which are really nice as well. So just always having something close by to sip on. Smell, so having either a candle going or my essential oil diffuser. feel. So like wearing comfy clothes that make you feel good. I really recommend if you work from home as well, like still getting up and getting ready in the morning. So getting out of your pajamas, putting some CC cream on, like doing your hair and just like actually getting ready for the day. Sight, so cleaning my desk up before I get to work and having my to-do list close by so I can just like look over and stay on track. Like hearing, so having some background music going. Obviously right now I'm going to sit down and do emails and captions, and I need my brain to work, so I like to have like instrumental acoustic type music going on in the background, just really soft. When I come to my goal setting section, I'll put on like an actual playlist, high vibe type playlist. I actually might go and sit out in the sun today, and yeah, just make that like a more of a positive high vibe kind of environment. I'm gonna go get my coffee now and then get stuck into it. Okay, I'm back with coffee, laptop. This is the reality of a typical day in my life. It's 11 o'clock and I haven't done a single thing off my to-do list. I ended up going for a walk to get my coffee because it's such a nice day today. It's summer vibes here on the Gold Coast, and then was just on the phone to mum. So I haven't even started my work day yet technically. 11:11, make a wish. I'm gonna get stuck into it, get as much done on this to-do list as I can before 5 o'clock this afternoon when we're going to the gym. I've got all day, so I can totally do this. It is lunchtime. I'm actually getting a lot done. I told you, once I get into the groove of things, I'm super productive. It's just about actually sitting down and starting. Just put you here. So I've drafted my Instagram captions for the next week. I've drafted 2 emails which will go out to my subscriber mailing list. If you are someone who would love to get some weekly inspiration, mindset tips, personal development hacks, a little bit of a glimpse into like the type of routines that are really working for me, I'll link it below. You can subscribe to the mailing list. I won't spam you, I promise. The next thing I'm going to do is start recording for the podcast. So I said before, this will be my first episode on the podcast. Essentially, my vision with my podcast is just to help women or people out there create their dream life and just really become the best version of them by incorporating a whole bunch of like resources and tools that have personally helped me. So like there's going to be episodes around crafting your own morning routine that is aligned with what feels good for you, helping you get out of a funk, helping you set goals and create a massive vision and actually take steps towards living that vision. I'm really interested at the moment in understanding for the women out there, like being productive around the different stages in our cycle. So I want to share that with you as well, because there are weeks where we just can't be bothered, and there are weeks where we do just want to binge Netflix and eat shit food, and that is okay. So I want to share with you around realizing when you're going through certain stages because of your hormones, and then just being okay with embracing that and planning for your productive weeks to be in the stage of your cycle where you're naturally going to be more energetic and high vibe and want to talk to people and be social and all of that. All of this kind of stuff is going to be coming to you in the podcast. So I'm excited to be able to share more of what's personally worked for me and more of what I know is going to help you create an amazing life. But yeah, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a funk about where to start the podcast and what episode is going to be the first one. I do have so many ideas, so it's like, what deserves the first one? But anyways, I'm going to have some lunch and then figure that out. I think it's like my phone is not here. I think it's like 12:30. So I'll have some lunch and then I'll get stuck into that. Too much coffee today. I feel really jittery. You guys ever like find it like a new dish and then just become obsessed with it and like just want to eat it all the time? That's what these bowls are for me at the moment. So yum. Okay. I've decided before I move on to the podcast, I'm actually gonna do my goals because I still haven't done that. So what I do is I get my notebook. Also, how nice is my new notebook? I got it from Typo. I usually get my stuff from Kiki K, but I found this one in Typo, which is cute. The only thing is I'm real fussy with my paper. The only thing is it's like that like real fine paper. Okay, so what I do is I get out my journal, a notebook. Okay, yeah, so I write the month at the top of the page, and then the first thing I do is I write out a statement to myself as if the month's over, so present tense, like as if it's the 31st of October, and I'm writing about how my month went, what I achieved, how amazing I feel because I've accomplished all the goals that I set out for myself, and just really getting in alignment with the feeling of achieving those goals. This is a really powerful thing to do because I spoke about this a lot in my last podcast, YouTube, which I will link for you. You can go back and have a look. When it comes to personal development and really crafting a vision is getting it to a point where your subconscious mind thinks it's real life. And so being as detailed as you can about how you're going to feel once you accomplish those things is really going to tap into that subconscious processing where it will think it's real and then start opening opportunities in your reality that's in line with that vision. Okay, so once that's done, I now just go through and just list all the things I want to accomplish this month in business, in terms of finances. If there's anything else I'm working on, like I'll just list it down and kind of just get it on a page. And then I'll go back and actually put some dates to each of these goals when I want to achieve them by. And then I also break it down further in terms of the steps that I need to take. So for example, if one of my goals is to have 4 podcasts gone live by the end of this month, obviously my steps would be to record a podcast episode each week, have it up by a certain day each week. Another one of my goals is to double my subscribers on YouTube. So in order to achieve that goal, I need to be consistently showing up on YouTube. So I'll obviously jot down that I want to do weekly YouTube vlogs, again, stick to my schedule in terms of when I'm posting on YouTube, and just do it that way. I try and be as detailed as I possibly can to kind of take the thinking away. I personally work best if I'm like, know exactly what needs to be done in order to get to a goal. In saying that though, allow for some flexibility. So I don't know, for example, I might plan to do a podcast episode every single Wednesday, but obviously if something came up on the Wednesday, allowing myself to play around with that and not getting really fixated on when certain goals need to be achieved by, and if they're not done by that date, then I don't do them at all, which is something that I personally have struggled with in the past. So if you're someone that has a perfectionist mindset and you have to have things done by a certain date, and if it's not done by that date, then you'll make it a next month goal. When you're putting dates next to things, just being mindful that sometimes life happens and you just got to figure out as you go. So the office has moved to the bedroom floor. It's really light here, like the sun pours in, and I just like working in a light space, and where I was sitting before was getting really dark. I could go outside, but it's kind of got a little bit windy out there now, but office floor it is. Bedroom floor it is. So guys, I'm smashing out the work. I'm just on an absolute roll at the moment. However, I'm stumped on my podcast channel name. So I was just going to run with my name because obviously like that's my brand. People will be able to connect me with my website, with my YouTube channel, with my Instagram, so it just kind of made sense. But then I was like, I know when I'm scrolling on like the podcast browser section, if I've never heard of someone before, I'm less likely to click on their podcast if their podcast is just their name, because obviously I've never heard of them before, so it doesn't resonate with anything to me. If their podcast channel is something to do with the vibe that they're going for on their podcast, like mindset or personal development, and something like that is in their title, I'm more inclined to click on it. So that's why I'm thinking now maybe I need to come up with something more along the lines of the vision and the type of vibe I'm going through on my podcast, so that way when people are browsing, if it pops up and it resonates with them, they know what they're going to get with the podcast and they're more likely to click on it. So yeah, I'm trying to be creative and come up with names. I'm doing a bit of a brainstorm. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. From the floor, I've got like an hour and a bit left, and then Bart will be home and we'll go to the gym. So just gonna keep smashing it out. got home from the gym. It was actually a really hard class today. It's cardio U, so it's like 3 minutes on a station, 80%, and then an active recovery for a minute, and then another minute, 90%. And yeah, like, I don't know how many stations, but it goes for like 45 minutes, so it's really intense. So yeah, that's all done. So I'm gonna wrap this up now and have a shower and then cook some dinner. We are having like a chicken and pumpkin salad tonight. But yeah, thank you for coming along with me today, and I hope you enjoyed like more of a day in the life of what I do behind the scenes in terms of my business and like working for myself. Probably wasn't the most exciting one to go along with.
Is that the rice out on the bed?
Sorry. Yeah, it probably wasn't the most exciting one to come along with, and it was a bit of a slow start, as we know. At least you can get into a glimpse into a real life day for me. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying these videos, and it will ensure you're always kept up to date with any future content. Come and follow me on Instagram. I'll link it below. I'm always sharing mindset tips and personal development hacks and just more day in the life stuff for me. And yeah, give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and that way I know what kind of videos you're enjoying and getting the most out of. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much, and talk to you guys soon.